A pretty serious matter has been making waves lately. Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jamie Raskin are taking on Supreme Court Justices Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas over their questionable actions. It is a showdown in the name of ensuring transparency and accountability within the highest court in our country. And in just a few, we will dive into how AOC and Raskin plan to challenge the justices. AOC and Raskin have taken a forceful stance in the face of ethical concerns surrounding Alito and Thomas after reports detailing undisclosed luxury trips, gifts, and sketchy extrajudicial activities. Alito's ethical troubles only grew with the unveiling of his secret recording on Monday, which exposed his apparent bias towards conservative ideologies, along with troubling remarks about a return to a godly America, not to mention his bold display of an inverted American flag. These incidents represent a portion of Alito's recent ethical concerns. Turning to Justice Thomas with another long list of concerns. From an unreported RV loan that may not have been reported on his taxes, to his involvement in right-wing political gatherings without proper disclosure, and his wife's involvement in efforts seeking to overturn the 2020 election while he presided over related cases. Unsurprisingly, ethics took center stage at the recent House Oversight Committee roundtable, with AOC and Raskin underscoring the importance of holding Supreme Court justices accountable. It is unacceptable that certain individuals within the Supreme Court operate without ethical oversight or a binding code of ethics, and that's exactly why AOC and Raskin are preparing legislation that would subject the justices to the same ethical standards as members of Congress. Listen up, because here's AOC and Raskin's latest efforts to address issues plaguing the Supreme Court.
I mean, Congress has a ban on outside employment, and as AOC was saying, we have a $50 gift ban, so none of us goes anywhere near doing that.
Oh, you don't do $500,000 vacations?
Well, I mean, that's the comical thing. I mean, members of Congress don't even understand that. Under what circumstances would a Supreme Court justice be accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in foreign travel or paid tuition for family members or a recreational vehicle, motor stagecoach? It's just outlandish for us to contemplate. I mean, that's like a jailable offense for people over here. And it's just like the normal business as usual at the Supreme Court that they're collecting millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars from their so-called friends. And so we need to clean that up. And that's why, we said we're going to start with something simple that the whole country will be able to understand immediately and intuitively. We want a $50 gift ban for U.S. Supreme Court justices. They make $300,000 a year, pay for your own lunch, and pay for your own vacation.
AOC and Raskin's efforts to introduce legislation that promotes transparency and integrity within the judiciary are commendable. It is time to clean up the ethical standards of the Supreme Court and ensure that the justices are held accountable for their actions. The proposed $50 gift ban is a simple yet crucial step towards promoting transparency and accountability within the Supreme Court. This move is not only timely, but also absolutely necessary, especially in light of recent reports exposing Alito and Thomas's shady dealings. It is no secret that impartiality and integrity of the Supreme Court are foundational, and that when expensive gifts are received and sketchy dealings happen behind closed doors, that trust is eroded. By subjecting Supreme Court justices to the same $50 gift rule that governs Congress, AOC and Raskin are making a bold statement about the need for consistency and accountability across all branches of government. This ban would help eliminate the potential for undue influence and ensure that decisions are made by the Supreme Court are based solely on the merits of the case at hand, rather than personal favors or perks. The monetary limit on gifts would establish a clear boundary that all justices must adhere to, leaving no room for ambiguity or loopholes. Without such a rule in place, we see how justices like Alito and Thomas accepted lavish gifts and trips without disclosure and raised questions about their impartiality and the strength of the Supreme Court. There is no room for that. The proposed gift ban is a positive step towards restoring public trust in the Supreme Court and ensuring that justice is truly blind. But we can't expect Justice Alito and Thomas to see it from that same point of view, since they will have to miss out on future trips and lavish gifts.